Hello, welcome to another episode of the Academlo Podcast. I am your host, Octavio Morales, and today we are going to talk about some interesting news that came out this week in the technology world. Facebook is changing its focus, looking to serve young adults. Mark Zuckerberg said, "So much of our services have gotten dialed to be the best for most people who use them, rather than specifically for young adults." He also suggested that changes will be more than just words, knowing that this will mean that the older users will not use Facebook as much anymore. But still, he thinks this is the right approach to it. He expects the changes to take years, but one of the more immediate shifts could be on the app Instagram, owned by Facebook, where they will try to make it an app dedicated more to videos called Reels, rather than focusing on photos. These changes come as a response to the success that the app TikTok has had in the last months, being one of the most effective competitors we have ever faced, according to Zuckerberg. In other news from Facebook, the CEO has also said that he wants the company to go far beyond its current project of building a set of connected social apps. Instead, he wants Facebook to be an interconnected set of experiences like in a science fiction movie, a world known as the metaverse. This term refers to a convergence of physical, augmented, and virtual reality in a shared space. In order to help this idea become a reality, Facebook is going to hire 10,000 workers in the European Union over the next 5 years to work on the Facebook Reality Labs, a division that already makes the Oculus Quest headset and that is going to work on the vision of the company that augmented and virtual reality is going to be the next generation of online social experiences. Facebook isn't the only company that is looking to create a metaverse. Fortnite maker Epic Games is also working on this, and they have already raised $1 billion from different investors to help them. So it's going to be an interesting race to see which company can bring their metaverse to reality first. October 25th, 2021 marked the 20th anniversary of Windows XP. And even if it's been 7 years since the operating system reached the end of support, a lot of people still use this version of Windows. One of the main points of why people still use Windows XP is that the next version, Windows Vista, felt more like an experimental release or a beta version than a full version. So people were insecure about the change and just never changed without giving the next versions, Windows 7 and Windows 10, a chance. According to some studies, the percentage of Windows users using the XP version in September 2021 is 0.59%, which is a lot, considering the amount of systems with Windows in the world. Do you know someone that still uses Windows XP? Keeping the topic of operating systems, an indie developer of the game Delta 5 Rings of Saturn found an interesting observation. His game sold only 5.8% of the copies, something like 700, for the Linux platform, yet over 38% of the bug reports were generated by those users and not because the game was buggier in Linux. That's one report for every 2 Linux players. This information helps us understand better why Linux systems keep being used by a lot of people and how they keep their operating systems working correctly with the cooperation of the users when finding and reporting bugs. Last but not least, in today's news, we found that Amazon is rolling a new initiative to bring their Alexa devices to hospitals and senior living centers, where older people that need special or medical attention can live. In the living centers, they try to help the elders to have access to activities like calling their family or loved ones, receive announcements and news from their community, and also having easier ways to communicate with each other and their caregivers, the people that take care of them in the living centers. In the hospitals, these devices will help the patients do things like turn on or off the TV, change channels, control the light and temperature in the room, and listen to news or music. All of it only with voice commands. This implementation will also help the healthcare providers to check on the patients without the need to enter the room and do different things only with the voice, keeping their gloves and medical supplies clean. These were some interesting and important news from this week. Hope you like them, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Bye!